Or Reddit went public today. They have $800 million in revenue. Company is worth over $8 billion in trading. It's up 50%. What do you think, Chamath? Is this the opening of the IPO window again? Is this a one-off? We got Stripe coming. And what do you take from it popping 50% on the first day?
I don't know. I really haven't looked at the company. I haven't looked at the financials. But like these last 3 or 4 weeks, I think people have been so excited and rearing to go. We're in the middle of another meme coin craze.
Oh, God, don't bring it up.
I just think
we are all getting pulled into that nonsense.
I think the point is that I think there is a speculative party going on right now. And I'm not saying that Reddit is part of it, but whenever these things are so mispriced, it just means that people are ready to gamble a little bit.
There's definitely a lot of gambling in the system, as we've seen. And we're recording this on Thursday, so who knows what the stock price will be tomorrow. Generally, these media
by
companies...
the way, sorry, the other thing is like Powell did say finally, it looks pretty likely we're going to get these 3 cuts. So we're going to be down to 4.5 to 4.75 on Fed funds by the end of the year. It probably means that we'll get another 50 to 75 basis points through 2025. So people will look out to the end of 2025 and look at a Fed funds rate that's sort of like 3.75 to 4%. So they're getting pretty excited and frothed up. So this is the beginning of the beginning in terms of that kind of speculation.
Yeah, we saw crypto go bonkers the last couple of weeks. Yeah. What's your take on all this, Sachs? Does it feel like people are in gamble mode again? And does that concern you, I guess, after what we just experienced?
Well, I think they're pricing in these rate cuts as if they're definitely going to happen. Like Chamath said, I think the market's expectation is with, let's call it 70% certainty that you're going to get 3 rate cuts this year. And it still seems to me that that's a little bit up in the air because inflation has not come down to the Fed's target of 2%. It's still right around 3%, 3.1%. So it's been sticky around 3%. It was coming down pretty fast last year, but it's still there. So people, I think, are maybe gambling in the sense that they're counting on rate cuts that haven't happened yet, but they liked Powell's dovish rhetoric yesterday, and they seem to think that that means that the rate cuts are definitely coming. I don't know how Powell can promise that without inflation coming down unless he's trying to create a Biden put.
There it is, folks.
Which was my theory going into this year is that, we would get a Biden put from the Fed.
Absolutely. And it's looking like Biden has a clear path to victory based on the lowest unemployment of our lifetimes and this roaring stock market records. Yeah, it's just an easy Biden victory. Freeberg, what do you think about the risk on?
I don't know.
Biden is incredibly unpopular. If you look at his actual polling, he should not win the election. But that's in spite of, you're right, the economy seems to be doing pretty well, and the stock market's certainly doing pretty well. A president with these fundamentals would normally get reelected, but Biden currently is not, his polling is not the polling of a president who's going to get reelected.
It is
but
pretty amazing.
If Powell comes through with the rate cuts, that will help him.
It's pretty amazing how horrible a job he's doing that he's made Trump look like a better candidate to some people. That is an extraordinary achievement by Biden. I will have to agree there.
Look, I think the bigger economic issue to be talking about was that buried article in the Wall Street Journal about commercial real estate. Do you see that article?
That was crazy.
So this Wall Street Journal article reported that of the $36 billion of office loans that came due in the commercial mortgage-backed securities market last year, only 1/4 were paid off in full. That's according to data from real estate analytics firm Cred 10.
Is that extend and pretend strategy that you see there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, only 1/4 of the loans got paid off. So 75% didn't get paid off in full. So there's tons of buildings that are underwater right now, but nobody wants to foreclose and then sell them at a fire sale price. So yeah, everyone it's pretend and extend.
Yeah, kicking the can down the road. Nobody wants to take the medicine. So yeah.
Well, they're hoping that rates will come down fast enough and occupancy rates will go up fast enough that no one has to foreclose. But if rates don't come down, then you have a real problem. I mean, again, everyone is just assuming that inflation will continue its path from 3% to 2%, and then we'll get these rate cuts. And they're hoping they can cling on. Landlords are clinging on, and I think the banks that loaned them all this money are clinging on for dear life. But if rates stay higher longer, then you're going to see some real distress,
Yeah.
including in the regional banking system.